Over the past several weeks, Greenland has become the center of an escalating diplomatic dispute involving Denmark, the United States, NATO allies, and the European Union, turning the Arctic into an unexpected flashpoint in transatlantic relations. The tensions were reignited after US President Donald Trump renewed public statements expressing interest in the United States acquiring Greenland, an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. While similar remarks were made during his earlier presidency, this time they were accompanied by explicit economic and political pressure. Greenland occupies a strategically critical position in the Arctic, hosting key US military infrastructure and sitting along emerging Arctic shipping routes. As climate change accelerates ice melt, the island's geopolitical and economic significance has increased sharply, drawing greater attention from global powers. Denmark and Greenland responded firmly. Denmark's Prime Minister stated that Greenland is not for sale and that its sovereignty is not open to negotiation. Greenland's government echoed this position, declaring that Greenland's future lies with its people and reaffirming its constitutional relationship with Denmark. The situation escalated further when President Trump threatened to impose tariffs on a range of European countries, including Denmark, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and several Nordic states. US officials indicated the tariffs, potentially rising to 25%, were linked to broader disputes over Greenland and defense burden sharing. The reaction across Europe was swift. The European Union warned that such tariffs would undermine international trade rules and risk triggering a broader trade confrontation among allies. In London, the UK Prime Minister publicly rejected the US position. Speaking to Parliament and allied leaders, he described the tariff threats as completely wrong and stressed that sovereignty and territorial integrity are fundamental principles that cannot be traded or coerced. The Prime Minister urged Washington to step back from escalation, warning that a trade war between allies would weaken collective security rather than strengthen it. The UK also reaffirmed its support for Denmark and Greenland, making clear that it recognizes Greenland as part of the Kingdom of Denmark and opposes any attempt to alter its status through economic or political pressure. As tensions mounted, Denmark increased its military readiness in Greenland. NATO allies, including the UK, France, Germany, Sweden, and the Netherlands, deployed personnel and assets to the region as part of a coordinated Arctic security presence. British defence officials confirmed the UK's participation was defensive in nature, aimed at reassuring allies and maintaining stability in the High North. NATO leadership stated that Greenland's security is a shared concern under the alliance's collective defence framework, while emphasizing that no member state supports unilateral territorial changes. Public reaction has also been significant. Protests took place across Denmark and Greenland, with demonstrators carrying signs reading "Hands off Greenland" and "Greenland is not for sale." The demonstrations reflected strong public resistance to US pressure and reinforced Greenlandic identity and self-determination. High-level talks between Danish, Greenlandic, and US officials were later held in Washington, but ended without agreement. While discussions on Arctic security cooperation remain ongoing, officials acknowledged deep disagreements over sovereignty and economic pressure. Analysts warn that the dispute risks wider consequences. It has exposed strains within NATO, raised concerns about the use of economic coercion between allies, and highlighted the growing strategic competition in the Arctic as global power dynamics shift. For now, Denmark and Greenland remain united, with strong backing from the United Kingdom and European partners. But as diplomatic tensions persist, the Greenland dispute has become a defining test of alliance unity, international law, and stability in the rapidly changing Arctic region.